law attorney, and I'm going to make some couple questions. Hi, Nadia.
Hi, how are you, Loretto? Nice to see you.
Look, so I have a couple questions because I know people from California and the Hispanic community might not know about their rights when they purchase cars around the California. So there's one question that's very important because I didn't know about limon law before I knew you. So I bet so many people around California don't know what limon law is, or they have an assumption maybe, but they really don't know. So what is limon law?
Well, the limon law is a statute that protects consumers when they purchase or lease a vehicle, and it applies to either new vehicles or used vehicles. So if a person or a consumer purchases or leases a vehicle, then the vehicle has repeated defects, and the vehicle is still under the manufacturer's warranty, then you may be entitled to a refund of your money if the vehicle is a limon.
So you say, how many times do you have to take it to, so they could actually say, oh, it's a limon?
Well, it doesn't really, I mean, the statute says a reasonable number of attempts to repair the vehicle, but there's no, you have to take it 4 times or you have to take it 3 times. It just depends on the defect that you have. So if it's a brake issue and the vehicle, it's a safety concern that's going to cause death or injuries, you don't need to take it 4 times. But if it's something, less serious, then you would need to take it at least 3 times. So it does depend on the defect of the vehicle.
Is there any specific car, like, does it matter what brand it is? Say I have a Nissan, I don't know, can it be a Nissan or Mercedes? I don't know.
It just depends, Lerto. Sometimes, right now we have a lot of General Motors cars. We have a lot of Nissan. We have a lot of Ford vehicles. Any manufacturer can build a limon vehicle, a defective vehicle. But, from what I'm seeing or from what I'm experiencing with the most calls that we are getting are usually more, General Motors, Nissan, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram kind of vehicles.
What would be the worst car to buy right now?
Well, I mean, what's for you, what's the worst for you might be the best for me.
But
so if
the claims that you see, like which car has been mostly the ones that been,
Nissan. I would tell my own, brother, husband, sister not to buy a Nissan.
Yeah, it happened. Not a good experience. So how would you describe your philosophy in how you will win your cases in front of the judge?
Well, I mean, every case, the best part about this consumer law is that the client does not have to pay any attorney fees. So in every case that we have, we never charge our clients 1 penny. The clients come to us, they do not pay a retainer fee, they do not pay any upfront fees, and I get my attorney fees and my reimbursement of costs from the manufacturer. So the client doesn't have anything to lose when they sign up with our office except to lose their limon. And that's, my philosophy is when it comes to these kind of cases, you have nothing to lose. You're only going to gain when you file a claim or a complaint for these cases, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be responsible for any attorney fees, any kind of cost. There's no, we're not hiding. There's no hidden fees, as they may say. You sign up with our office, and at the end of the case, we get your money, and your attorney fees are always covered by the manufacturer. And we charge the manufacturer on an hourly rate basis. So whatever money we get our client, we do not take a percentage of it. It goes directly in our clients' pockets, and we always have happy clients because they never pay anything. And you know what, Lorenzo, sometimes they don't even believe it. They don't believe it. But it's true.
And
I've never gotten 1 penny from my client before. And I've had 13 years of experience in this kind of law. I've been doing limon law for 13 years and I've never charged a client 1 penny. So my philosophy is, as to answer your question, is you have nothing to lose but your limon.
have you have like a hard judge that will tell you you need to get more repairs?
That we have our difficult opposing counsels and we have difficult judges, and but in the best thing for these cases is that the client doesn't lose anything. The client, the client is never going to, when they come to me, they're never going to lose any money towards anything. The money that they pay for their car, they have to pay anyways. Just because you file a complaint doesn't mean you stop making payments. So the money that they pay every month for the car, that's gonna, they're gonna do that either if they have a lawyer or if they don't have a lawyer. So in those cases that we have difficult judges or we have difficult opposing counsels, I always tell my clients, take pictures of the defects of the car. When you have a light illuminating on your dashboard, make sure you take a picture, make sure you have the mileage inside the picture, make sure you keep diaries, make sure, when you take your vehicle for repair, that you always get a repair document. Do not listen to the service advisors or the technicians. Always get your repair document. So we do tell our clients, what to do when we have difficult judges or difficult opposing counsels, or even sometimes difficult manufacturers. Some manufacturers are harder than other ones, so we make sure that our clients are safe, and
and
they know
what they want
what
at the end of the day, the big result, the best results to get. They at the end of the day, they want something fair. They're spending, these vehicles are not cheap most of the time, like especially the truck, the Chevy truck.
Yes.
Cheap. And I've been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of things about the Chevys that have a lot of issues as well. And they're like 70,000.
Right, it's called the Chevy. The Chevy, yes, the shake. These Chevys shake. They tremble. They vibrate. But they say to get, if the client, if they don't get any lawyers, if they don't get, if they don't seek for counsel, for attorneys, then they're stuck. They're stuck paying $900, $800, sometimes $1,000 a month for these these cars, and at the end they lose. Because why? Because they take so much time off of work to keep on taking the car for repair. They miss their work, and they don't get compensated for anything if they don't.
Worth it? I want to return it. Is it better than to get an attorney or to return my car?
So in order for you to return the dealership, that's funny you say, because a lot of my clients, they contact us and they say, oh, the dealership wants to buy back my car. My car is a limit. The dealership cannot buy back your car. The manufacturer, for example, General Motors, Nissan, Ford Motor Company, or FCA, they can only buy back the car. If the dealership comes to you and says, hey, listen, we want to take your car, if it's having too many problems, they're probably either tricking you by trying to take your car, and then selling you even a more expensive car, or maybe because they don't have that kind of car and they have a buyer for it, so they're just trying to take that car from you. But and sometimes it depends on the client. If the client's having repeated issues and doesn't want to go into litigation, then yes, maybe it's better that they give the car to the dealership and sell it to the dealership and get another car. But in my experience, the dealership only does what is in the best interest of the dealership. You know what they say, don't ever trust a sales, a car, a person that sells cars. That saying came from somewhere, right? There's a big saying, everyone says, don't trust a car salesman.
Well,
why?
Because people that are going for Carvana, because they're not, or somewhere that the apps where you don't actually see the salesperson.
Yeah. So Carvana is good, but those those instances, you know, Carvana or, for example, CarMax, those are good for when, you know, when you have a case. And, you know, I always tell my clients, I say, hey, listen, if you can't wait for the litigation to be over, if it's, you know, taking too long, you're having repeated issues, if you already have enough repair documents, you can go ahead and sell your car as long as the, you know, the other side has inspected it for the case. And at the end, you know, you'll still be able to get some kind of money if you can't wait to, you know, a lot of people can't wait. You know, litigation is not something that's overnight, you know. And the most complaints that we get from our office is, you know, my case is taking, you know, a little bit longer than I expected. But litigation is not something that I can come and tell you, hey, listen, I'm going to finish your case in one day. You know, if that was it, then no, you know, no, litigation is that's what it's called, litigation, you know. But we do our best. We try to move these cases as fast as we can. But because of COVID, you know, COVID shut down the courts for 4 or 5 months. You know, there was huge delay in jury trials, and, you know, just things got so delayed. But now, thank God, everything's going a little bit forward and we're getting back on track. But, you know, again, litigation is litigation, you know. And the good thing about this kind of law is it doesn't affect your credit. You know, you file a limit law complaint, you does not affect your credit, nothing. You don't get a negative point against the DMV or against, you know, your credit because you filed a limit law complaint. It does not affect your credit.
So much for being here.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Have a wonderful day.